What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome back to another episode of the Hargests on Deck podcast. We are your hosts. I am Brandon.
I'm Ashley.
And we're in a weird configuration today. I feel like I'm very, very close to you.
I like being close to you.
I like that too. Thank you. If you are watching on video, if you're not watching on video, go check it out because we are, basically on top of each other because we have a special guest
Yeah,
today.
we do.
Please welcome Mr. Zach Radford.
Wow.
We're here, and I feel like I'm cramping y'all's style.
Zach Radford. It's fine. We like our style to be cramped. Zach Radford, professional golfer.
Yes.
Social media sensation. The face of Ostrich, the brand, the clothing brand Ostrich, which he's representing right now, and Brandon here. Our lovely Brandon is representing.
Our lovely Brandon. Nice. I like that.
So many other things he is, this Zach Radford.
He sure is.
And you're probably wondering, how does one get a professional golfer, social media star on your podcast?
Yes. How does that happen?
You just got to have the same mom and dad, I guess. This is my brother. That's a quicker way of saying it, but I just like to be complicated. This is my brother.
I wasn't going to stop
Zach Radford, and we're glad you're here.
We are very glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us.
You made it on the pod. We know it's been a dream of yours.
It has been.
You travel the world, go to these incredible courses, meet all these people. But being on the Hargests on Deck podcast, you can check it off.
It's a moment.
You've arrived.
I know,
man. You've arrived.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate that. We just figured today would be a little bit different for a podcast. And as a special guest is here, we probably just wanted to ask you questions and just kind of get to know more about you, and our viewers or listeners can hear more about just kind of what you do and how that all fits in with the podcast. So.
I know. I think it's very interesting.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, we'll let you talk.
Yeah, he's like, I haven't said a single thing. You're just talking about me. So.
Yes, but speaking of golf, I might be wrong here, but didn't we start playing at the same time in Texas? Didn't we have the same golf instructor?
Hold on. You ask a pro golfer.
Quail Creek Country Club.
You asked.
Didn't you learn from me technically?
She doesn't even listen to me at this point. She just. You're starting off your questioning by saying, "Hey, didn't we do the same thing?" You're not even like giving him just some separation there. You're just like, "Hey, didn't I do the same thing you're doing here?"
We did. We had the same golf instructor in Texas.
You started golf in Texas?
I remember
you did.
I remember taking lessons at Quail Creek Country Club
With Lonnie.
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 I
don't know.
Lonnie.
You started me.
Our man. I don't know how you remembered his name. That's impressive.
I don't know. I haven't thought about Lonnie in well over a decade.
And he probably hasn't thought about us, but it's fine.
Are you kidding me? Well, okay, I want to know, because I'm an outsider here, just like the rest of everyone listening here. Who is Lonnie? And you know what? Maybe Lonnie knows you because you are all over social media.
I have no idea what his last name is.
We got to find him.
Oh, man.
I have no clue, but his name was Lonnie.
We're going to do some research after this.
He was probably my age now, roughly.
That's true.
Really?
I always felt like he was so
your
old.
age.
I know.
Wait, hold on. He was your age when he
I
first
have no
taught you?
idea,
When we took lessons.
But probably.
So you were taking lessons from a fellow teenager?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Hey, if I was confused, everyone else listening might be confused.
How old I am currently.
Okay.
Back when I was like 14 or something.
I was going to say,
15.
you're the same age. That's kind of weird. It's like, hey, buddy, can you teach me how to play golf?
I think he was like in his 30s.
Okay.
If I was going to guess. So
He
I
was
was
cool.
just meaning currently.
Did he help give you your love for golf? Or did you not have quite the love back then?
I mean, I was pretty much just playing baseball then.
You were.
Golf was just
baseball
kind of
man.
for fun.
You were not baseball was your sport growing up.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So I taught you.
You taught him?
Well,
That's where we're going with that.
That's what we're going to go with.
He learned alongside of me. And then when we moved to Tennessee, we were both on the same golf team together.
We were. And I have a little, I don't know if this is a stat, this is just a fact. So Ashley would pick up her golf clubs 1 week before tryouts, and as soon as the ball would hit the bottom of the cup in the final round of the state championship, final round, she didn't pick her golf clubs up until next year, a week before, and she qualified for state. That's pretty impressive.
That is impressive.
However, I don't know.
I should have practiced.
Maybe a little.
What would have happened if you had just stuck with it a little bit
I'd
more?
have been traveling the world with this guy doing what he's doing.
I mean,
Maybe.
missed opportunity there.
Yeah, well, if someday my joints don't feel as if I'm 97, then we'll get back out there. We'll play.
The
I'll
last
teach you
time
some
we
more
played
things.
golf, Ashley was 8.5 months pregnant.
That's right.
True.
That was the last
filmed
time we
the
teed it
video
up together. Yep.
That was fun.
You know what? I gave birth a week after that video.
Yep.
You really did. Yeah. Because I remember you posted a reel about that.
Yeah.
Well, in the past few months, you kind of reshared that.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was fun.
That was cool.
So, Zach Radford, you travel the world, you play these amazing golf courses, you film the game. How did you get to what you're doing now?
Where what you doing now?
Tell us, because I am it's so interesting.
It is interesting.
And I think that the people would love to hear what you're doing, how you got started.
Well, I don't know if there was an exact moment other than maybe 6 years ago. I took a picture and I was like, wow, that's cool. And then the Lord just flipped a switch in my head. And all of a sudden I was like, I got this idea and this idea and this idea. But I was just doing pictures then. Then I started getting into some trick shots. And then I made like a 150-foot putt that was on ESPN. And that was kind of a game changer. That definitely helped. Then I decided to take a massive risk and take off to a trip to Hawaii and spent my last dollars on that trip. And that was right when I was kind of dabbling with YouTube, spending a lot of time, was going to have to go back to work. And thankfully those videos in Hawaii took off. And one of them, full-length video, 9-minute average watch time on the video, has like 1-point-something million views.
Nice.
Wow.
So that video was a game changer back then.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
And so came back home with $50 in the bank account and made more money in the next week than I had made in any job ever.
That's
Wow.
So
that is
that was a
awesome.
game
crazy.
changer. But I
Yes.
did have to take a pretty big risk because I had no money left.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't realize it was that big of a risk. I knew the Hawaii trip was pretty amazing for you, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's funny too because I remember back, you said you started off with Instagram with pictures. Because I remember you didn't do anything with social media really back then. Like it was not a thing on your radar. At least it seemed from my perspective.
I was the last person to download Instagram
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I knew of.
Yeah, I mean it's funny thinking now. It's like, oh yeah, when you think of Zach Radford, you're thinking playing golf on social media, and I actually, it's funny. I've run into people that know who you are, and I get to be like, oh yeah, that's my brother-in-law. Like it's so cool. I have a
And I get to do the same thing whenever they're like, your brother-in-law was in Jump 5. Are you kidding me? I'm like, yes.
Nobody has anything to say about me, but it's fine.
I will say though, it happens way more. Like I was at work one day, and one of my customers, no joke, his kid is I think he's either a junior or senior in high school, and he plays golf. And I mentioned one day, I was just, oh yeah, my brother-in-law plays golf, and I don't know how we got onto that topic, but I said your name. Wait, Zach Radford? I was like, yeah. He's like, I watch his videos all the time. He was so excited. Not only that, but you could talk about this too, but you took a trip to Scotland not long ago. Their whole family went to Scotland because of your videos. No joke.
Really?
This is a customer of mine.
Yeah.
Had no idea the connection there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. But they literally took a trip and went out there because Zach Radford went there and they wanted to go and play at the course that you played at, and it was really cool. So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I'm telling you, people.
fun.
When I say, oh yeah, my brother-in-law is a pro golfer, he's out there. They know who you are. So
Well,
It is a little wild because most of the time when I'm filming by myself.
sure.
And so it is a weird concept that I take it very seriously, but it is a number on a screen.
Yeah.
Which is mentally, it's kind of a weird thing. One thing, this was like a year and a half ago, and I actually don't ever really care to talk about this, but I realized things had gotten to a different level when I was in the state of Washington and pulled off the interstate, went into a Dick's Sporting Goods, and 3 different people at different times recognized me.
Wow,
and
that's
a Dick's
awesome.
Sporting Goods across the country, and no one knew I was in that state.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it wasn't, and it was a very peculiar moment that it kind of hit me that these videos are getting out there way beyond what I ever conceived or
Sure.
could imagine. But I love getting to travel. I've been to 49 states now.
I was going to ask you.
That's awesome.
Got one left.
All right, which one is it?
Yeah, where are you going?
Alaska.
I was going to ask if it was Alaska, but I didn't know if that was something that you had just thrown
Sure.
in there recently or not. So,
Yeah.
Is that in the plans soon?
Probably next summer, hopefully. We're going to
well,
see.
you have
gonna-
to do it
I
because
know.
I mean,
You going to take a sister?
Well, you were the one who apparently taught me how to play
I
golf.
I can be there
Yeah.
to
That is a-
guide you through those holes.
I mean that is a pretty big statement
Are
there.
you going to film? Help film? You going
I'll
to
do
help
whatever.
plan?
I'll do whatever. I'll pack my bags. I'll do whatever. Let's go.
All right. So apparently she's going with me.
Yeah.
There you go.
Apparently.
Are you gonna play though, or are you gonna just hang
We'll
out?
see how the joints are doing.
Okay. Yes.
So
Okay.
I might just direct.
Okay.
So, but how many? Where have you been out of the country?
Been to Germany, Austria, Scotland. Been to Mexico, but didn't play golf there.
Studying. Our Spanish teacher.
I think
We went
it
there with
was.
her.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just
I think.
crossed
Did
the
you
border.
share that recently
I did,
too?
I did, I
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
She
Our, when we
Okay.
homeschooled, our Spanish
Miss
teacher, Tarin.
Tarin.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
I know.
I said Lonnie, you said Miss
I know.
Tarin.
All these people. We gotta
Throwbacks.
reconnect with these people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm right there with you. This is fantastic, living these memories and moments alongside of them.
That
I'm
was
so
back
glad.
when Ashley had a poster of you on her wall.
Oh, thank you. They included me in the story. I can relate now.
That was Lindsay's poster, but I would look at it.
Way to play that off. Thank you so much. Well, it wasn't my poster, but that's awesome. You've been to a lot of places.
Been to a lot of places. I've been to 42 states this year since May 25th.
Since
I
this
think.
year, just 42.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd been to all of them except for Maine prior.
Okay.
So I did check off Maine, which currently my ranking of states would be Hawaii, Montana, Maine, Wyoming,
Oh wow.
Tennessee.
Tennessee's
Wow, you
number
get to
5.
live in one of your faves. That's amazing.
I do.
Wow.
I do.
I
one of
would
my
have
favorites, too.
assumed, it would be higher up there, number 5. But I mean, I get Hawaii, I get that, I get Montana.
Montana's pretty cool.
That sounds
Especially
cool.
like West Montana.
Yeah.
Did you get to
I
ride a
mean,
horse there?
They
Aren't known
asked
for
if
their
I wanted
horses?
to, and I could have, and yes, they are.
You said
And
that
I
sounds too
said-
sore for the hiney.
I
I got to keep this
we
hiney
gotta
not
keep-
sore for the
we gotta keep
golf
filming
course.
golf vlogs.
Yeah, so got to be able to bend down to get that ball out of the hole. You know what I'm saying?
I guess
Nobody
so.
knows what you're saying.
We'll take your word for it.
You can't be riding horses. You get sore. I would know.
So, okay, so you started off, baseball was your thing. I know you said Lonnie or Ashley got you into the game of golf.
And then didn't you take a break from golf before you started all of this up?
Well, I didn't play in college at all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Which is unusual.
and then you
for-
just you just like decided to get back into it just out of nowhere.
Well, when I graduated, I didn't owe anything, so I paid cash for school.
Nice.
Didn't take out any loans.
I cried the day you drove off from home. Did I
Did
tell you that?
Well, you went with me.
Gee.
Y'all left me there in Knoxville.
You drove him
What?
and then left him there?
One
Yeah.
time.
You definitely did. The
That's
Well,
sweet
then
that you
maybe
cried.
maybe you came back and left. One time you were pulling out a drive. I know.
Aw.
I know.
That's sweet.
I know.
That's really sweet.
I know. So
Ashley gets
appreciate the
emotional
sentiment.
sometimes.
sometimes. Anyways, yeah, you didn't play at all, and then you started all this up.
So my senior year, I did play like a few rounds of golf, but I was terrible. And then went home and started waiting tables.
I remember that.
And
I remember that
waited
too.
a lot of tables.
Yeah.
Served at the old Mac Shack,
remember
the old
that.
Bonefish.
That's right.
Oh, Bonefish. I forgot you were
By the
there.
way, I didn't
Great
forget.
place.
I miss it.
I love
I'm
Bonefish.
just saying, we used to go there a lot more, but no, I do remember that. And yeah, it's again, hearing how things changed and how it took off for you after you kind of took that risk. That's something that a lot of people don't realize for people who are in social media influencers, is that it's not all
For sure.
gumdrops and rainbows. It's
And there's a little side story, a little side note
okay.
with someone that I waited tables with, that we would always talk about our dreams and everything. And he actually helped me get started with Instagram.
Really?
And kind of helped me. I mean, I had already started Instagram, but he kind of helped tell me some pointers.
Go to
and
the next level or something with
yeah,
that.
he would kind of talk me through it, and we waited tables at Bonefish. Jimmy Allen.
No way.
Like, he would sit there and tell me about all these concerts that he was like dreaming of playing in.
We know
and-
Jimmy Allen.
Are you serious?
Yes, we know. Yes. Okay, that's so crazy. Yes,
I never
Brittany,
told you about this.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't,
waited
I didn't know
tables with
someone
him for
helped
a
you
while.
get started that worked there.
I didn't know
So funny.
he worked at Bonefish.
Yeah, I mean, we were both there for
That's
like
so
a while.
funny.
I don't remember how long, but yeah, it was funny. And so, like, I'm going to say a year after I stopped waiting tables at Bonefish, I'm driving in the car and I was like, man, this is a solid song. Hadn't heard it. And it was his very first single.
Oh my goodness.
Because after the song was over, they were like, and Jimmy Allen with his first single. And I was like, what?
What?
funny.
That's super cool.
So,
Wow.
That's so
super
funny. Yeah.
random, but
Yeah, my sister. I'm sure. Yeah, he knows Brittany really well, and
Okay.
yeah, that's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah.
To be able to do what you actually were planning on wanting to do, that doesn't happen very often. Because a lot of people have
No.
dreams. I want to be the next big whatever, and it doesn't happen. So that's really cool that you guys were able to both go down that path and make some success out of that. That's
Was one of your first pictures that you posted of a golf ball sitting in snow with a little hat on? I feel like
that wasn't one of the first ones.
It wasn't.
That was a good idea that you had.
Wasn't that like a post that did really well?
That was like my very first post that did well.
I
Okay,
remember
I
that.
just
Like,
I
it got
have that picture in my head.
reposted
Yeah.
by quite a, and like pictures don't typically get reposted.
Yeah.
Kind
That
of
one
thing.
did.
And that one did a lot.
In fact,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, because that was around Christmas time when you posted
Yep.
that, didn't other people try and like take that idea too and do the same thing? I remember it was like one of those like that was a unique idea, and then other people were stealing that.
I saw some other pictures.
There's some other pictures out there. I remember that because I was like, wait a second, that was Zach's idea.
One thing I will say was I had this idea and I was like, how am I going to get a little bitty beanie on a golf ball? So
Oh, yeah.
our mom is the queen of crafts.
Yeah.
Queen of
She can
crafts.
pretty much do anything. And
true.
so I was like, hey, mom, can you make me a little mini beanie for a golf ball? And she made this little beanie and she was so concerned about it. She was like, is this good? I was like, Mom,
It was
this
perfect.
is phenomenal.
It was so good. We need to like go on your page and try to find it.
Oh,
and show 'em.
I was already planning on putting it up
The
on
beanie, it was perfect. I remember Mom made that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a good picture.
That was like the first picture. I don't know. Pictures don't really go viral, but in the golf community, it got posted by everyone.
Well, it was unique.
And then-
it was fun.
A picture like the following year, I took a picture at the Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay.
Like in front of the big crowd. This was like not even golf related whatsoever. And we went downtown to watch the game on the big screen. It was outside. It was the game one. So they were playing in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
But we were watching it downtown here. And I posted the picture like right before it started. And it was just me like in a Preds jersey. And it was a cool angle. And you could see the massive crowd behind me. But you could tell the picture was focused on the Preds jersey. And me, I had that like smash hat. And
Yep.
so I posted it. And then basically you don't have service when there's that many people in a small area. So I didn't even know anything. And after we left and I got home and I pulled up my phone, like, I can't remember, the Preds account posted it. That was their announcement of the start of the game. Pretty sure the NHL posted it.
Oh my goodness.
It was like
That's so funny.
every single Nashville big account posted it.
Wow.
That's
so
awesome.
it was pretty funny. Those are some of the beginning pictures that kind of helped start everything.
That is awesome.
And the video that you said was on ESPN, I remember us watching. ESPN
we actually
and it came
recorded
on.
it too.
Yeah,
and that was that was awesome.
I know, that was
well,
crazy.
actually, you've had a few videos featured on ESPN too. Not ESPN 2, ESPN
ESPN
as
well.
1. ESPN 1
No,
is what they were on.
ESPN 1.
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
Not the Ocho.
No.
Oh man, we had it. Yes.
What does that mean? What's the
Well,
Ocho?
you know, now you get to feel what it feels
What's
like.
the Ocho?
You get to see what it feels like to be out of the loop here. Thank you. We'll let you just sit in that. For all those who are out there listening or watching that know
Am
that
I the
joke,
only one who don't
maybe.
know?
They might not. Leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. Let us
Or
know
if you're
you know the
watching
Is it
on
from
the
Nacho
Ocho.
Libre?
Yes. No, it is not.
Okay.
But go ahead, keep throwing
I
those
have a
references
feeling
out there.
Ashley's never seen
She
that
probably has
movie.
no idea.
She
Napoleon
has no
Dynamite?
clue.
No. You just
I
keep
mean,
going down that road. You're gonna.
I don't
just
think
keep-
you're ever gonna
She's
guess
never
it.
gonna guess it.
It's
Okay,
a very
fine.
popular movie.
Yes.
Okay.
that
Just
everyone
comment
our
down
age has
below if you know
watched.
what movie it is, because you'll find out. You'll find out later.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fine. Anyways,
I do think that I'm trying to remember probably somewhere around like 5 or 6, I think, different videos
Oh, wow.
made it to ESPN.
I remember the big long putt, and you guys need to go check out Zach's page.
yes, we'll put his handle.
So those
in the
things
comment- or in
were
the-
those were on Instagram before, because you did Instagram first and you were there for a while before you started doing YouTube and made your success on YouTube. Are those videos mainly on your Instagram from those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so check out his Instagram, Real Zach Radford. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so Real Zach Radford, and there's some great stuff on there. But you had the long, super long golf putt.
Yep.
I remember the one where you did the trick shot where you hit the
yeah.
golf ball
remember
up
that.
and behind you into a cup, and people were like, it's fake, it's not real, all this
Yeah.
stuff. And I love that you didn't tell them, like, or I remember you like letting people just say whatever they want to say, even though it was absolutely real. Like you practiced that over and over and over again, and you got it. And I remember, because I was thinking, I heard all these people saying all these things, and I'm like, no, it's real. And you were just like, let them talk, more buzz. I'm like,
it
that's
helps the algorithm.
I know. I'm like, oh, but that was on. That was on there.
My caption was, "Is this real or fake?"
That's right.
So
yeah.
I was feeding.
So you were
into
feeding it, yeah,
Oh, for sure.
But
you know how to play the game.
yeah, it was. It
play
was
to win the
definitely.
game.
It was a really
Always.
cool video. I like that one
Yeah.
a lot. So
And one thing that no one knows, y'all might, I don't know. I was super sick.
I remember.
I was so sick.
I do remember,
I remember you
that.
telling me you're sick.
And that was like day 3 of being super sick. And I just had to do something. I want to say that took me like 6 hours.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Well, it's a very challenging shot too, which
And I also crushed about 25 ping pong balls in the
balls.
process.
yes. Again, we're talking about this video. If you haven't seen it or even know what we're talking about, it is Zach is in their bonus room, and he hits a ping pong ball with the golf club, and it goes up, and then it lands somehow behind you into a cup of water. And it looks like it is an optical illusion, kind of.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, it bounced it off a glass in front of the camera or whatever. But no, you just perfected the spin on that, and it went up and over. And it was very, very cool. And this is before trick shots have become something you see left and right. I mean, nowadays you go on to Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and you see countless videos of people throwing playing cards into, clothespins or all kinds of stuff. And it's
Was
been
that
hours.
before Dude Perfect?
I don't
No.
know if it was before Dude
Dude
Perfect. Yeah, they've been around for a
started
while.
in like 2009, I'm pretty sure.
But it was at like, I feel like it was at the height of like trick shots were starting to be, really cool. It wasn't overdone. So that's why it was
Right.
really, it was early on.
And now so many people are trying them that
Yes.
I honestly never do trick shots anymore because it's not worth the time, because honestly, someone's done something better now.
Someone's done something.
Same. That's why I don't do trick shots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Someone's done it. They don't need me to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be killing it out there if I tried.
But no, you're right. I mean, because at the end of the day, that's the one thing. I think some of my, talking about Dude Perfect, I love that they do other videos too. Their trick shots obviously are great, but you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If they're putting it in the video, the ball is going to go into the hoop or the arrow is going to hit the bullseye, whatever. Actually, totally random thing, but some of their videos they had that are like the unexpected trick shots where it's like it fails, but then it actually does something different. Those are cool because it gets you to think it's something different. So I think you're right. Trick shots sadly have been overdone nowadays. But that's why I said you were early on that, and that was kind of on the cusp of trick shots. So
and that definitely helped grow my different platforms and stuff like that. So I do think that was a huge benefit back then. But now with travel and filming at the golf course and resorts and stuff, kind of all over the place, I really enjoy doing that. And I needed to figure a way to get for sure content.
Sure.
And trick shots, you may do something for 8 hours and it never works out.
Yeah.
And so I had to figure a way, if I wanted to do social media for a living, that I needed guaranteed content.
Yeah.
And doing course vlogs and hitting a bunch of stingers. I love hitting stingers. And so that was guaranteed content.
Sure.
Because the stingers, most of those are first or second try. I mean, that's how I learned how to play golf. And so hitting a stinger is, at this point, is one of my favorite shots to hit. And to me, it's just fun content and you can show the ball flight and everything. And so I started doing those, and that kind of helped get more content going. And then with the full course vlogs, that was more daily content that you could execute.
Oh yeah.
When you're done with the round and you're not hopeful of trying some absurd attempt at a trick shot.
Oh yeah. I can imagine that. We have our other channel that we hadn't done much with. It was a family vlog, and we threw up a video on that a long time ago. That was just mom trick shots. Ashley did, and that wasn't very crazy. There were definitely some ones that were. Yes, which you're familiar with.
He
of course,
filmed it.
Zach was there. This is more for the audience. I'm telling them too. But that was something that, even though they weren't crazy trick shots that you would see on some Dude Perfect thing.
Hey, they were pretty crazy.
I didn't
They
say
were
that.
good.
I said they were some crazy. Yeah, but that took a long time just to get some of those smaller ones.
Yeah.
And so I can see that the time and effort you put into that may not have that same payoff. Before we go on, you mentioned something, because our audience here.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
I know you.
Because I was going to ask him about it.
Because you were going to ask too. Our audience here may not be the golf type, so they hear some terms here. They go, "What is this guy talking about?" You said stinger, and that's one thing that you are known for now.
He is the king of sting.
Correct. In
If
fact,
you guys didn't know.
I should have worn that shirt today.
Yeah,
have
you
those
should
shirts.
have.
Yes. So
Ostrich.com.
yes, go
without
check it out.
the I.
There you go.
Yeah, check it out.
OSTRCH.com. We've got a shirt on there. Is the king of sting, and that is something that you
That is him.
are known for. Please tell us what a stinger is, what it looks like. Paint that word picture.
Because
for us.
that shot did help you grow a lot, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes to the fact of, I was wanting to do social media ongoing for a living, but I did need guaranteed content.
Yes.
And so I was trying to think of ways that it was like, if I go out there for an hour, I need to get several posts.
Sure.
Because I'm still working a full-time job at waiting tables.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out YouTube. And so I didn't have time to sit there for 6 hours on a trick shot. But I could go out there for an hour, find like 5 or 6 locations, get the camera set up, hit 1 or 2 shots, and at each location I'm getting a video.
Nice.
And so that was how I kind of got into the stingers. And I remember the very first, it technically wasn't the very first one I ever filmed. It was technically the second, but the first one I filmed, it wasn't filmed great. But the second one, I was like, all right, I've got this idea. Haven't really seen people film it this way. And it was at my home course here in Brentwood. And I hit it and I looked at it and I was like, that's pretty cool.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool. But I was like, there's no way this is as cool as I think it is.
Sure.
Like in my head. I was like, this looks so cool. But I just didn't think it was going to end up being that cool.
Sure.
So I posted it, and I think at that point, my most viewed video at that point was like 2,000 or 3,000 views.
Yeah.
That one had 10,000 views in like 15 minutes.
Oh,
and I was like, we're on to something.
So that's cool because, you touch on something there. Knowing when do you know when something that you think is cool is going to take off versus, because I know that Ashley, which again, our viewers and listeners have seen Ashley's reels. Ashley does post a lot of content on social media, fun little videos. And I know a lot of different ideas that she has. Sometimes
I was gonna say, I think the hard thing is when you have an idea, you don't know if it's going to translate the way you want it to people.
How do you, or is it something where you can kind of tell nowadays, because you've been doing it so often, if an idea that you have is going to blow up, or is it still kind of a throwing darts at at the wall and seeing what sticks? Do you kind of have more of a sense of what's going to be successful or not?
I'm going to go ahead and say 90% of the time, it's like, just try to make good videos.
Just try to make it, yeah.
And I tell a lot of people this, it's like, I'm looking for a lot of singles.
Yeah.
Like a lot of base hits.
Yes.
And then an occasional home run.
It's a baseball term, everybody.
Baseball
just
term.
Sorry, I was about to ask what that means.
Another
singles,
question
little
here.
base hits.
Yes.
I need solid content.
Just something.
And that's kind of what you're looking for. However, to answer your question, there are times that it's like, today's the day.
Yeah.
This is gonna work.
That's cool.
And you just know it. So for example, there was the two main Hawaii videos that did really well and changed everything. Literally 2 videos pretty much changed everything. Because at that point, I knew I could make a living doing it.
Yeah.
And so we're standing in the parking lot. We had just gotten out of the car. And I look around. And I remember telling my buddy who was there filming with me, Ryan, I was like, is it cool if I film every single shot today? And I'd never really done this before for 18 holes. I had done 9 a couple times. And he goes, well, how long do you think this is going to take? I was like, it's going to take a little while, because I was still learning the process.
Sure.
And it takes time to set the camera up, talk to the camera and so now I do have somewhat of a flow, I feel like, and I can do it a lot quicker. Sure. But back then, I was still learning my process on how to even do that. But I knew in the parking lot, I was like, this course is like no course that I've ever seen on YouTube.
It was crazy. I remember watching it.
Well, they filmed scenes from Jurassic Park, like
Yes.
literally a mile or 2 away.
Yes.
Apparently, is what someone told me.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's right there next to the Ko'olau Mountains. Absolutely insane views. And you are right next to the Ko'olau Mountains. So you'd hit driver and it would never get above the mountain like line. And so you could see the ball the whole way.
That's
and
so
it was
cool.
It was so crazy. The only regret that I have was like a month later, I started filming in 4K.
Oh, man.
So those are in 1080. Sorry about that.
Hey, we all got to start somewhere. I look back at old videos and I'm like, man, I can't believe we shot video like that and not in.
Well, at least y'all are. I look back at old videos and say, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah. Well, some of us have to look back.
Mr. Beast, he exports in 1080 still to today.
Still, I didn't think about
Weird.
that.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy.
I guess he can, though.
he can do whatever he wants.
People are still going to watch
basically.
his stuff.
That's true. So we all know the flops for ourselves. Like, we know videos that we post that may not have done what we thought. There's got to be some that you have. Can you tell us any ideas or any videos that you thought this is going to be really cool, but it turned out to be not so much?
There were definitely some trick shots early on that the camera angle like wasn't right, but the shot was really difficult. But just how I filmed it just didn't translate.
Okay.
And so absolutely, there was times also when early on, and you learn a lesson. didn't put I used to film everything on my phone, and I didn't put it on airplane mode. So if someone called me, it would shut the recording off. But I had my phone on silent, and I was sitting there trying this one trick shot for like 6 hours.
Oh, no.
And I would occasionally go back and just make sure it's still recording. And I knew that the battery life was getting low, but I didn't go check it for a little while. And I finally got the shot. And I walked back there, and someone had called me.
Oh my God.
Was it me? Did I call you?
Okay.
It was actually Dad.
Oh,
It was
no.
actually
man.
Dad. Yeah.
Did you tell him? We're like, I did it, and you called
I don't think I
never
ever
knew.
told him.
Well, now he knows.
Now he knows.
He does
He
know.
feels terrible.
He does know.
That's- wow.
I never attempted
been a
that
good
trick
one.
shot again. I was so
Okay, well, what was it?
disappointed.
I want to know now.
So I've done this a lot where
Yes.
I full swing a wedge and like top
Yes, yes.
it. But I was trying to top it so hard that it would pop straight up like a flop and dunk
Okay.
without like rolling in. And
Like when
so
people land, like gymnasts.
there you go. Just
Oh,
like
hey,
that.
just
Just stick it.
for those who are
Wow.
audio
Stick it.
only listening, she
Yeah.
was demonstrating what
Yeah.
a gymnast does
Yeah.
when they stick the landing.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
That was impressive.
Thank you.
She really did detail that.
Yes. So yeah, that definitely happened.
But
and-
you succeeded at doing it, and
but no one will ever know.
no one will
But
ever know.
Dad.
No one will ever know.
Pixar didn't happen. That's
Yeah.
a bummer.
Never really tried it again. I
Wow.
mean, I've thrown a few attempts at it, but not really recording.
That makes me feel like inside, like so much so that
Hurts.
we've got 3 camera angles here, and now I feel like I need to get up and look because that's happened
probably
to us
do.
before. I know that has
You need
happened
to get
us
up and look for what?
to make sure that they're still recording.
Oh. Yeah.
Nothing worse than
Who are we looking for?
doing this podcast that nobody can see.
Yeah. Maybe it's for the best.
If it's still in here, we got it, guys. Cameras are still rolling. That is a bummer. I especially when you put that much time into it and it doesn't turn out. So
Or when you get a new camera finally and you don't know how to deal with your camera and you film the entire video in log form that I currently didn't know how to deal with and just had to delete it all.
because the footage
no.
was in the wrong format.
Correct.
And you can't. Oh my goodness, we've had
Unusable.
That's okay. These
That was
are
like-
actually
that
making
was
me.
like dagger in the heart.
But these stories
Oh.
are really making me feel like,
hurts.
oh, because I can relate to some of these things. We had that happen to us. It wasn't video, but we had a whole photo shoot that we did. A friend of ours took our pictures. It was kind of for his portfolio of us. Remember this? For his portfolio, we were going to get them
I
afterwards.
do.
Whole day. And when you have 3 little kids, it's not something you can just jump in the car and let's go and take professional photos. And the whole photo shoot went really well. It was great. Afterwards, we find out he shot in the wrong format, cannot get the actual photos. So we had to do it all over again the next day or a week
And
later. or
no, it
something.
was like a week later.
was a week
And,
later, yes.
and the first time we did it, it was like a beautiful sunny
Oh, it was
day.
so
Felt so good
nice.
outside. And then the second time, it was freezing cold
Freezing
and
cold,
rained
raining.
on us.
But no, those kinds of things, it stings because, again, what could have been something amazing, a mistake or an accident like that happens, and just a whole day's work ruined, basically. So
Or you just break your camera entirely, which
Yeah,
is no
that's-
fun either.
that's something that Zach has done. If you couldn't pick up from that, that's something we haven't done yet. But I
Because
feel
you
like,
dropped it?
well, no,
No,
The-
How did
I
it
was
break?
being so cautious too.
Yes.
I'm probably as cautious with my equipment as anyone, and
He tucks it in at night.
I do.
Puts a little.
I
It
do.
has its own bed. Puts a little
does.
blanket on. Sings
Get
it
2
some
beds
lullabies.
at all hotel rooms and one for my
one
camera.
for the gear.
Yeah.
So I was in Lake Tahoe, and if you've never been, the wind there can be absolutely insane, especially when you get like into the little valleys there. I was in the Squaw Valley, and it was gusting up to like 75 miles an hour, something like that.
How you play golf in that?
I was the only person out there.
Okay.
But I had agreed to the terms to be filming, and that was the day to be filming.
Oh my goodness.
And this was on one of the long trips, and I was on hole 17 green, almost done.
Almost
done. And the lead up to this day, I had filmed like 9 days in a row at like 4 different golf courses, because I was at one golf course. So, but we filmed several days at one. And I had driven thousands of miles, and this was just a little salt in the wound.
Gosh.
Because we're on the green on 17, and I had taken the dead cat off the mic, so there wasn't like as much there for the wind to blow. I had it on a tripod 1.5 feet off the ground.
So not far at all.
Not far at all. I mean, it is 1.5 feet off the ground on the green. So it wasn't even on concrete.
Yes. Oh.
And this gust of wind comes up so strong. I'm sitting there like bracing myself because it was going to blow me over. And you hear me yell, please don't blow over the camera. And as I finish saying that, it falls. And I have a Sony FX3. There's no viewfinder on it. And I had the screen popped out. And when it fell, it literally ripped the screen off and it snapped the audio port inside the camera. It was pretty devastating.
I remember hearing about that.
That
I
hurts.
shed a little tear and then proceeded to finish the vlog. Didn't know what I was filming. I just zoomed all the way out and just set the camera down.
You had to do it.
Had to finish.
Yeah.
That's what I agreed to.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
we
brutal.
got the vlog done.
That's brutal.
And yeah, that was a tough afternoon, but that kind of comes with it. You know, things happen. It's life.
I'm so stressed right now.
I know. Well, that's the thing is, like I said earlier, it's not all, glamorous and everything. There's definitely times when you are in the social media world, influencers making content, videos, all that stuff, and it is a grind. There's going to be times where mistakes are made, accidents happen, things don't go right, and it's very discouraging. But when you are one of the few that do get to break through, it is so cool to get to see what you've been able to accomplish, the places you've gotten to go, the videos, and the people you've been able to meet, all the stuff that you've been able to do. It's so cool to see. And I think that's one thing, talking to Zach this whole time, yes, you are a pro golfer and your content is golf, which is different, but it's cool to get to see someone who is in that space getting to, they're experiencing the same thing that other content creators are experiencing, just with a different genre.
For sure.
And it's cool to hear how you've been able to kind of overcome some of those difficulties and how you are still, do you still enjoy it? I'm assuming you do, but I don't want to speak for you. Do you enjoy what you do?
Yes, I do. I'm going to answer it this way.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to do anything else.
There you go.
However, I will say most days it's a job.
Yeah.
It just is.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It can be
lot
pretty
goes into it.
overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I even showed up at one resort one time and I'm meeting with the marketing team, and the one lady who was the reason why I was there, she was like, where's your team? And I was like, I'm here.
It's me.
And she was like, well, how are you going to film? I was like, oh, I promise all the content will be exactly what I promised I would do.
Yeah.
And she literally couldn't grasp it.
Yeah.
Until all the content was posted. And she ended up sending me like one of the nicest emails I've ever received, because she just didn't understand that I filmed it all myself. And so that was encouraging, just her reaction. And she was very nice.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't saying anything in a bad way. She just didn't understand.
She was not sure how you were going to do all of that by yourself when you're hitting the golf ball and going. And that's something too. Not everyone is blessed with an amazing crew that we have here, manning
thank
all
you
the
guys.
different cameras.
Thanks.
Yes. No.
Thank you, Peggy.
We can relate
You're the
to
best.
you.
Thanks. Yeah,
yes.
you can put the catering down. Well, yeah, we're almost done.
Exactly.
We can relate to you, but
old
people do
Peggy.
have an entourage of people
Yeah,
that help.
I could be your team.
See,
This
she's going back
Alaska
to that
trip.
again.
Yeah.
I
Alaska's
could be
not going to
that.
happen for you.
Why?
Well, I don't know. Are you going to be able to do it?
Sure.
Okay, fine.
Wow.
I'll stay with the kids and watch
right.
them and film my own podcast over here, since my my Kelly to my Regis here. I feel like I'm just right up on you here. It's almost a little awkward here.
Peggy feels real awkward back there.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
Actually,
She'll be
fun
fine.
fact though, again, if I didn't make it clear enough, we don't have a crew here. It's just cameras. Shh, don't want to peek behind the curtain. Yes, but we did the very first Hargests on Deck video we ever shot. We did have a crew. And
did.
who was there filming?
We felt so cool.
This guy.
He filmed
Zach
our first
filmed our-
Hargests on Deck video ever.
Yeah, it was great because
Yeah.
it set a huge expectation there. It was like, this turned out so well with the camera angles that he had. And I think Courtney and,
They helped us with another video.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay.
My sister and her boyfriend.
Yes, and we had help there. And I was like, this is awesome. And then, of course, we're not going to ask people to do this all the time. The next video was like, well, it's just us. How are we going to do this? So it is a challenge, and I
but y'all are doing
commend
a
you.
great job.
Well,
Seriously.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
you have way more gear than I have.
Well, we've enjoyed this. It's something that's been acquired over many years because it is funny if you look back. Our Hargests on Deck channel started when Mason was a newborn, and he is
Yeah.
now
Not Hargests on Deck.
Excuse me,
The
the
Hargests,
Hargests, our
yeah.
family vlog, our second channel. Yeah, I can't believe it has been 7 years. For
That's
that.
crazy. Y'all been doing this way longer than me.
Well, but
Wild.
the thing
And,
that's crazy. and
here
this
we
is
are.
This is a testament to people who are trying out there, like us. Sometimes some videos hit and it takes off, and sometimes
Just
you could
don't
be spending
stick.
7 years and still doing similar things. So hopefully,
Y'all also do have 3 children.
we do.
Life's a little crazy. It's a
is.
little
A little
crazy
different.
to be consistent. And consistency is key. And that we don't have down because life's crazy.
Life is crazy. So, but yes, that is a very good. Yeah, it's something that you don't think of whenever you're trying to get to the next video. Life happens. So
It for sure does. And genuinely, I mean, I know we went through some things of may have sounded like complaints. However,
No, it's
that it's kind of anything you do.
Yes.
There's going to be things that are tough and going to be a struggle. Things aren't going to go your way. However, like I said, I wouldn't want to do anything else. And the good times and the good things and the things I enjoy doing so far outweigh
Sure.
the tough times and the difficulties. I mean, who gets to plan a 5-week trip to somewhere they've never been solely based on wanting to eat lobster on a dock in Maine?
not me.
Literally
amazing.
planned an entire 5-week trip.
I didn't even know
that.
that. I didn't even know
crazy.
that. I know you went and did that, but I didn't know that was the plan for the trip.
100%.
That's amazing.
And I'm sitting there eating lobster. Matt had come, my buddy
Yeah.
Matt came to join me for a little portion of the trip. And when we're sitting down eating, I look over at him and I was like, this waitress has no idea how much this meal means to me.
well, yeah, this is your whole trip was based off of that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
so cool.
Was
was
it good?
delicious.
It was good.
It was
Okay.
I'm glad that it
delicious.
was good. That's why because I remember you shared in our family chat about this lobster. I had no idea
Yeah,
that
you
it was
sent a
this
picture.
important. I was like, oh, okay, he's eating lobster.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was eating the scrapings of whatever my kids didn't finish from their lunch that day. Living that glamorous life.
Yes. Well,
No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I love
if you're going
mom
to join
life.
me on this Alaskan
I am.
voyage,
Yeah, they have
Back on-
they have
What are we-
lobster
what
there.
are we going to, I mean, what's the premise then? Are you going to be able to top cold Maine lobster
Yeah.
fresh? Like, what's the plan?
Well, I'm gonna find the cutest puffy furry coat to wear in Alaska. It's gonna be cold.
wait, you're gonna find it in
That-
Alaska, or you're gonna take it to Alaska?
Well, I'm already OOTDing. I'm already planning my outfits.
Okay.
And so,
So-
I was trying to think. He's trying to get like,
what are we gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Not what are we gonna wear.
Because
Yeah.
literally, you could take that picture anywhere. You could have.
Yeah.
Or you
No,
could,
you
or, sorry,
couldn't-
you
no.
could get that jacket anywhere.
Yeah, but then it's
God, you gotta have a reason why you're going to Atlanta, Alaska.
Yeah, we're gonna go hit up some courses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you
You're
how
gonna
it's
go
done.
and enjoy
Really?
the 24
Yeah.
hours of daylight.
Yeah.
Or 22
You can get so
hours.
much done there. Wow.
All she had to do was say we're going to go see the Northern Lights. And I'm like, I'm in. That's all she had to say.
missed
For
your chance.
sure.
He set
We're
you
gonna
up.
do that day one.
I was like,
Day one, we're doing that.
Toss it up.
Let's go. When are we going?
Well,
Is Lonnie coming? Lonnie, are you coming? You should come. It'll be just like old
Miss
times.
Hadeen?
Miss Hadeen.
that's great. It's a great
Man.
great way to tie
Little
this up.
reunion we could have.
That is true.
We could go fishing in the ice. Don't they cut holes?
It's called
and
ice fishing.
fish. Ice fishing.
Yeah.
Fishing in the ice.
We're
Ice
going to
fishing.
go in June or July.
Yeah,
I'm not going in the winter.
Oh, okay.
So that
We're
puffy
gonna have to-
jacket,
What do you wear then?
shorts,
Really? Is it hot?
it's
I
June
never
or
been.
July.
I never been.
I mean, unless we're going and trekking up into the mountains.
No, I don't trek. I don't trek.
Well,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much,
Yes.
Zach, for being here. We really do appreciate it.
We do, and I had one more question.
Oh, you did?
One
Oh,
more
I'm
question,
sorry.
probably the most important question of the day. Oh, you have a mic. Probably better than this one. Doesn't work too well. Who's your favorite sibling? Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
man.
Wow.
Go ahead.
This is going to be
I
awkward for
live
you.
with two of them.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's,
And
you're
your
not starting off on a
point
great foot
is?
there.
It's
Wow.
fine.
Wow. I can't, you don't
I
have
know
to
you're not.
answer.
I'm not going to play
feel like-
favorites, but if you were playing
We can
if you were
close
playing
her ears.
favorites,
We all know it's me.
who would
I
you
wasn't
say
even on the table there.
if we were playing favorites?
That's
You can tell me off camera. He'll tell me off camera.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
we're just gonna cut
Yeah,
it here.
that,
I'll save you here.
thank
I'll
you.
save you. You
Thank
don't even
you.
have to even pretend to answer. Guys, girls, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you hanging out with us and getting to hear more about the like I said, the social media, the influencer, the content creator
I
world.
know.
with
I was very intrigued.
yes.
We'll have
I
to
think
keep
it's all
you
very
updated
interesting.
If this one makes it to Alaska.
Guys, stay tuned. Come on the journey with me. You'll be there too.
Am I gonna be there? I feel like I'm out of this trip. I feel like you've not even once thrown me a bone over here. You're
no,
like,
you
oh,
should come.
I'm going on this trip, and you get to stay home with the boys, which would be amazing.
Well, I gotta go. I gotta start outfit planning for June in Alaska. What does one wear?
Well-
so stay tuned.
We are gonna wrap it up here. We have not said this at all this whole podcast,
What?
but we are on YouTube.
Yeah, we
is
are.
YouTube.com/Hargests on deck. Check it out there, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like as well if you like this kind of content, having people over and interviewing.
And also subscribe to Zach's channel.
Yes.
Follow him on Instagram.
Absolutely.
He's on Facebook. What are you
you
not
like
on?
golf.
He's on the TikToks,
You don't have to like golf to
Reddit.
subscribe to.
Reddit,
You can still subscribe.
Twitter.
I don't know.
He's everywhere. Go check
the
him out.
platforms.
Follow him. We'll put his stuff down
Yes.
below.
Absolutely.
So
And,
he's the best.
And if you didn't realize, we also have this podcast audio only as well on all the podcasting platforms. So check it out there. Leave a 5-star rating or review if you prefer. We love hearing that and seeing what you guys think of the show. So we will call it here. We've got more content coming up in the future. I know we've been a little inconsistent recently, but stick around. We've got more to come.
More
So-
Jump 5 stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So thank you all for coming here.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you. Thank you for coming here, Zach.
You're the
Thanks
man.
for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
See you guys in the next one. Take care.
We'll see.
See ya.
Bye.
We did that at the same time.
It's like your sibling.